first in high definition from the station on your side. This is WAVY News 10.
A woman accused of hitting 4 people at a Virginia Beach bus stop faced a judge.
43-year-old Sandra Hofstadler faces a long list of charges, including her second DUI, reckless driving, and 4 separate assaults. Some are in juvenile and domestic court because the victims were children. 10 on your side's Ann McNamara was at the arraignment today. Joins us now live from Virginia Beach. Ann?
Nicole, Sandra Hofstadler was in court, not in person, but by video, and it was a video arraignment, and we saw a very, very different demeanor than we saw in the home video yesterday at the scene. A 10 on your side viewer shot this video of 43-year-old Sandra Hofstadler at the scene of the crash Thursday morning, moments before police handcuffed her. Witnesses say she had this odd reaction after she drove past a stopped school bus and hit 1 adult and 3 children waiting at the bus stop. Friday in court, a very different and very calm Hofstadler appeared for a video arraignment, saying only "Yes, Your Honor" when read the charges. Among them, Hofstadler's second DUI. 10 on your side confirmed today drugs played a part in her failed sobriety test. Commonwealth attorney Harvey Bryant says Hofstadler has participated in several drug rehab programs over the years, even in some out of state.
Particular defendant did very well, according to the people who run the program, in a jail drug program here in Virginia Beach. It's a 20-week program. They sent a glowing letter saying how well she'd done. She actually became a group facilitator in that program. And so all the indications were, and the hopes, I guess, were, that she was going to get a handle on her substance abuse problems.
At the arraignment Friday, Hofstadler told the judge she works for a company called Virginia Firewood and makes $200 a week. 10 on your side called several firewood businesses in the area, but could not find that business. We asked Hofstadler's mother if her daughter was headed to work when she allegedly ran the stop sign. Does she have a job she might have been traveling to?
I don't know where she was going.
Now, we are told by Harvey Bryant that the minimum sentence we have here for a second DUI offense, 5 days in jail. The maximum, 1 year. Now, here's what we wanted to know. How many people get that 1 year, that maximum sentence? His answer is coming up new at 6. And also the answer to the question everyone's been asking, how is it possible with this record that Sandra Hofstadler was able to drive, had a license? He's going to answer that question too. All those answers coming up new at 6 o'clock. For now, I'm Ann McNamara, 10 on your side.
And you're probably wondering how everyone's doing. Family members tell us, 10 on your side, that one of the victims, a 5-year-old boy, is still in critical condition this evening. The other child and her uncle are in good condition. The man's daughter was released from the hospital yesterday.
Chopper 10 is live above the tide tonight in Norfolk. Light rail service stopped running along some of the lines this afternoon, some of the route, I should say. And you're getting a look at that live picture right now. We're told problems with the overhead wire is to blame. And John Massey is high above the tracks. He's telling us now how HRT is getting the passengers around. John?
Yes, Tom, right now you are looking live down on the scene here at the military station at the HRT, where apparently this afternoon there was a wire that broke and did damage one of the light rail trains very lightly. That's already been transported back over to the station for repair, but you're looking right now run bus bridges from the 4 stations that are affected are going to be Newtown, Military, Ingleside, and Ballantyne. Now, while they're working these bus bridges, they're going to direct connections between Ballantyne and Ingleside stations is being provided by 2 shuttles. Direct connections between Ballantyne, Military, and Newtown Road are being provided by 3 buses. The buses and the shuttles will be departing every 15 minutes to shuttle the afternoon commuters back to their original stations. Now, HRT is telling us that they do expect full service to be restored by 6 o'clock this evening. Also, just be aware, from Ballantyne's working your way westbound all the way back over toward the EVMC Fort Norfolk station, those light rail services continue to operate normally. It's only from Ballantyne eastbound over to Newtown that's going to be affected by these repairs, but hopefully they'll get those repaired and back into normal working order within the next hour or so, but we'll keep you advised. Reporting live, John Massey, WAVY News 10.
Virginia Beach police are searching for suspects in a home invasion and abduction. Detectives say it happened on North Streamline Drive at around 5 a.m. The woman inside called police 20 minutes later from Norfolk and said she had been abducted. She wasn't hurt. Police say the man inside during the crime received minor injuries.
It's been 3 years, but Chesapeake police say they finally tracked down a killer. U.S. Marshals also helped get DeAndre Reeves in Northern Virginia. Police say he shot Robert Whiting over $1 back in 2008. Police arrested 2 other suspects in this case, Corey Futrell and Johnny Ross III. Futrell pleaded guilty to first-degree murder last year. It's child porn that's sending a man from Newport News to prison for 25 years. Police search Ian Hartney's home after a computer repair company found child pornography on his computer. Investigators say they found hundreds of sexually explicit images involving children on 2 laptop computers seized from Hartney's home.
Police are searching for the suspect who robbed a Hampton business. Detectives say a man held up the Heaven and Earth store on Todd's Lane last night at knife point. The suspect ran out with the cash. The York-Poquoson Sheriff's Office is searching for the man they say attacked a woman in an apartment complex parking lot. This is a composite sketch of the suspect. The victim says she got out of her car at the Pines of York Apartments in Tab, and the man grabbed her by the arm and tried to stop her. Deputies say the victim screamed and kicked the suspect and escaped. If you have any information in either of these cases, call the crime line.
No indication that a deadly helicopter crash in Afghanistan was caused by enemy fire, but the military is still investigating Thursday's incident that killed 6 Marines in the southern province of Helmand. All 6 Marines were based in Hawaii.
Decision 2012. Mitt Romney received an endorsement from Governor Bob McDonnell today. Governor McDonnell took to the national stage instead of the local media to announce his support.
I'm endorsing Mitt Romney because I think he is the right leader at the right time to create jobs and get America back on track. He's got a proven record of doing that in the public and private sector, and I think he's the best chance to be able to defeat President Obama in November.
Tomorrow is the GOP primary in South Carolina. 10 on your side, Steve Handelsman has the latest from the campaign trail.
Mitt Romney has to lower expectations.
I love this country. I love you for being out here in the rain. Let's go out there and win.
The day before the South Carolina primary, Romney is no longer polling like a sure winner.
Right now, it looks like it's neck and neck. That's a pretty good spot to be in.
In fact, if Newt Gingrich wins, it shakes up the GOP race. And at Lizard's Thicket Cafe in Lexington today, where there's liver pudding with the eggs and the grits, the guys in the corner are switching to the former speaker.
I think I'm going to go for Gingrich.
I believe that Newt has found forgiveness, and the past is past.
But you like that he's tough?
I do.
Past is past. That's what some say about last night's allegations.
Let me be quite clear. The story is false.
Gingrich's second wife claimed he asked her to accept his affair with Callista, who is now Mrs. Gingrich. Do South Carolina voters care?
I'm more interested in getting Obama out of office than I am anything else right now.
Rick Santorum charged Gingrich is radioactive because he's erratic.
But, you know, we can't have a president every day coming up with a brand new idea of looking at things completely differently than what you were for the day before.
In Charleston were former candidate Herman Cain and faux candidate Stephen Colbert having fun in South Carolina.
Here comes the rain. Oh, my goodness.
While some can't wait for the contest here to end.
Adding to the pressure, popular South Carolina GOP Senator Jim DeMint declared today, whoever wins tomorrow will be the Republican nominee. I'm Steve Handelsman, NBC News, Columbia.
Tonight at 5:30, there's been a lot of talk about Mitt Romney's income tax returns. Today, Newt Gingrich released his. We'll break it down. Remember, click on the Politics tab on WAVY.com. That will take you to On Politics, powered by 10 on your side. There, you'll find the latest in presidential, state, and local elections.
A Suffolk man faces several charges. The police say he beat his daughter dozens of times with a belt. And wait till you hear what his wife is accused of doing. That's new at 5:30.
Accused of illegal activity, the Justice Department shut down one of the Internet's most popular sites. We'll tell you why several employees were arrested.
And if you cancel that flight, you know most of the time you can't get your money back. What you may not know is that you can get some of your money back. We're going to sort it out for you next.
I'll look at Super Doppler 10 Live. There's no rainfall for us right now, but there is some rain off to the southwest. It's lifted northeastward. What's going to do for our weekend? We'll tell you in just a couple of minutes.
Her voice could go from a sultry whisper to a roar, overflowing with angst. Now, after 73 years, the voice of Etta James is silent.
He up and left me now. I'm trying to get him back, but he won't accept it. No, no.
But for a long time, man, this lady could sing the blues. Etta James passed away from complications of leukemia. Her hits include Trust in Me, Something's Got a Hold on Me, and Sunday Kind of Love. The Grammy Award-winning singer's best known for her rendition of the musical classic At Last. And she influenced legends from Diana Ross to Janis Joplin to Amy Winehouse. We have a photo slideshow looking back at the life of Etta James. You'll find it on WAVY.com.
Senate and House leaders say they are postponing next week's vote on a bill to fight online piracy and counterfeiting. Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid says the decision is in response to this week's protests from internet companies and search engines who fear over-regulation and censorship. Wikipedia went dark for 24 hours. A Google petition drive generated more than 7 million signatures. Now at least a half-dozen senators who sponsored the measure say they oppose it. Senator Reid says he's optimistic about reaching a compromise that protects Americans' intellectual property and maintains openness and innovation on the internet. The Justice Department shut down one of the world's most popular file-sharing sites. Federal authorities arrested the founder of MegaUpload.com and 3 other employees. They're accused of facilitating millions of illegal downloads of films, music, and other content. A federal indictment accused MegaUpload of costing copyright holders at least $500 million in lost revenue. The site is based in Hong Kong, but some of the alleged pirated content was hosted on leased servers in Ashburn, Virginia. MegaUpload is considered a cyber locker in which users can upload and transfer files that are too large to send by email. The site denies the accusations of copyright infringement.
Well, at one time or another, most of us have had to cancel a flight. Many airlines will not refund the full fare price, but you can get some of your money back. Travel agents say security fees and immigrations and customs fees are refundable. You can also get a refund if you prepaid for checked bags or early boarding. Airlines have different policies on the hoops you have to jump through to get your money back, so to speak, but it might be worth checking out. A jewelry store owner runs for his life from a would-be robber with a gun. We'll show you what happened after the suspect chased him down.
WAVY Facebook post prompted 10 on your side to look into calls viewers received about their bank accounts. It's a scam. We'll tell you what to watch out for and what to do if you're contacted.
You're watching WAVY News 10 at 5 with Tom Shad, Nicole Rivas, and Super Doppler 10 Chief Meteorologist Don Slater.
If you need stamps, you might want to get them today or tomorrow. The price goes up Sunday. The price of a first-class postal stamp will go up a penny to 45 cents. It's the first increase in more than 2 years. Postage for postcards will increase by 3 cents to 32 cents. Now, if you have those forever stamps, they are still valid. They're always equal in value to the current first-class mail 1-ounce rate. 10 is on your side answering viewer concerns about a phone scam.
It started with 2 WAVY Facebook fans. They asked us to check into suspicious phone calls they received saying their debit cards were frozen. So we asked Stephanie Harris to look into this, and Steph, it sounds like a scam.
Tom, it is. It's called phishing, that's with a PH, and our viewers were smart enough to figure that out. But they also wanted to know how and where to report this. Well, I sat down with Tammy Biederman at the Virginia Beach Economic Crimes Unit. As it turns out, these crimes are much more complicated than you might think. Biederman said that even when the number on your caller ID is from, in this case, Colorado, the scammers are likely calling from out of the country.
They'll use a technique called spoofing to get a phone number that's in country to show up on your caller ID. There's not much your local police can do about stopping them, but we can advise you, don't fall for it. You know, don't give them any information. If you have any questions, hang up the phone and call your own bank.
And these phishing scams are done by telephone, also by text and email. Now, here is some of the language the scammers use. On email, they may say, "We suspect an unauthorized transaction on your account. Please click the link below to confirm your identity." On the phone, they may ask to confirm your account number, but when you click or confirm, you're really just giving them the information they need to rip you off. Now, if you suspect a scam, report it to the Federal Trade Commission at ftc.gov. Now, we've also learned of another scam circulating online where scammers are pretending to be with the Better Business Bureau. They claim to be about a recently filed complaint, and they include bogus claim numbers. The BBB is warning, do not open any attachments from these emails. There is a way now to tell a valid BBB email from a scam, and we're going to show it to you coming up tonight at 6. Stephanie Harris, 10 on your side.
You can also help protect yourself by signing up for the Do Not Call registry and using a firewall that makes you invisible on the internet.
We have some great news to share with you tonight. Last Friday night, WAVY teamed up with New York Mets third baseman and Chesapeake native David Wright for the second annual Vegas Night fundraiser for CHKD. We're happy to report the event was a huge success. They raised $136,000 for CHKD. That's $25,000 more than last year. We want to thank everyone who participated and supported the cause.
Now, in high definition, your Super Doppler 10 forecast with Chief Meteorologist Don Slater.
It's the weekend, or it's going to be. Right now, many of you are off, so your weekend has begun. I want to show you what's going on. I don't think we're going to see a washout whatsoever of a weekend. We are going to see a washout overnight with scattered light rainfall. It is moving on in, and you can see it scattered, but very, very light off to our southwest, toward the Raleigh-Durham area, the Wilmington area, and farther on off to the northwest. So that's moving on in very steadily, and I think even by 9 o'clock this evening it will start to move on in. It will clear off a little during the middle part of the day for tomorrow, and we'll see this rain come to an end. Then we'll see it begin again. There is some snow way off to the northwest. We're not likely to see that. As a matter of fact, we're likely to warm up overnight. Now, by 9 o'clock, Future Track has got some scattered light rainfall across our area, 10 to 15 mile-an-hour winds. But I also want you to note that there's a warm front out there, and that warm front will lift steadily northward overnight. Here's where things are at 2 o'clock in the morning, scattered light rain, any snow way on off to the north, and our temperatures will actually rise a bit toward dawn. Now, the bulk of the day is going to be rain-free. Get out and enjoy it. 10 to 15 mile-an-hour winds at 7 o'clock in the morning. Winds bump up, but so do temperatures by the noon hour. 15 to 25 miles an hour. We'll see some breaks in the cloud cover. Some rain moving toward the northern neck, and this is going to drop southward all day long. So by 4 o'clock, we're seeing that cool front drop on in. Still a west-southwesterly wind at 4 o'clock at 15 to 25 miles an hour, but becoming more northerly here. And the cooler air is starting to drop on in. So by the late afternoon hours, we're likely to see temperatures begin to drop in Williamsburg, certainly for the Middle Peninsula and the Northern Neck. By 7 o'clock in the evening, pretty much going through the Hampton Roads cities, right along the state line, 15, 20 mile-an-hour winds. Still raining. Rain's tapering off at midnight, 15, 25 mile-an-hour winds, and then 15 to 20 on Sunday. Now, Sunday is going to be cooler behind that cool front, and we could see a sprinkle or two. You'll see a little fleck of green pop up during the day coming up on Sunday. It's not a real pleasant day, but it's not going to be a washout either. Here's how much rain we end up getting out of this kind of situation. Anywhere between 3/4 of an inch all the way on up to around an inch of rainfall. So again, it'll be substantial, but that'll be later in the day for tomorrow. It's not going to be a washout whatsoever. 38, 43, 39 degrees right now, 45 in Chesapeake and Suffolk. And these temperatures aren't going to drop all that much. Dropped to 41 last night, high today, 48 degrees. So temperatures pretty uniform throughout the entire region right now. And they're going to stay on the warm side, start to warm up a bit during the overnight hours, and likely warm into the mid-40s overnight. How about tomorrow? Well, here's a look at tomorrow. Somehow we got an extra map there. 60 for tomorrow, definitely cooler for Sunday, slight chance of rain, better chance of rain late in the day on Monday. Temperatures kind of up and down, but basically up for tomorrow.
Flames continue to destroy everything in their path in Nevada, including homes. What's on the way to help firefighters with this battle?
A preschool wanders away from a Norfolk school and turns up at a home before anyone at school even notices. You'll see how it happened tonight at 5:30. A violent attempted heist caught on tape in Hawaii. Security video shows a suspect chasing an owner of a jewelry store around the business with a gun. That's the robber there. Both men crashed over a display case. Police say the suspect then pistol whipped the owner before he ran out of the store. The victim was not even hurt. Detectives say the suspect left without anything, and police have not caught up with that person yet.
Hundreds of firefighters are on the front lines of a fast-moving brush fire in Reno, Nevada that's already destroyed 26 homes. One death is blamed on the fire there. 2,000 residents are still under evacuation orders. At one point, the flames were 100 yards away from a high school where Vice President Joe Biden was speaking yesterday. Winds gusting more than 80 miles an hour are fueling the flames. Investigators don't know what sparked the fire. Forecasters say firefighters could get some help. The winds are dying down, and there's a good chance of snow and rain in the area.
Get out of my way, you idiot. Where would you most likely hear a phrase like that, along with a list of others that I can't say here? We have the list of America's rudest cities. It's next.
A new definition of autism could put a dramatic stop to the skyrocketing rate at which the condition is diagnosed. Details next at 5:30.
Check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Thank you, Art.
Yeah, I'm just glad I didn't go out with her.
Hold on. I'm trying to clip it. There we go. Yes, I hear you. I hear you.
Pizza, you know? Because that's bugging me, because I used to go there a long time ago when I first moved here, and there was a woman who looked just like that. And she was always a little bit tipsy. Yeah. It seems the city that never sleeps may also be the grumpiest. According to Travel and Leisure magazine, New York takes the top spot as America's rudest city. Readers say people who live in the Big Apple are generally in a rush and overly direct. Honesty. Factors in the survey include friendliness, quality of life, and trip experience. Here are the top 10 cities on the rude list. Miami, Washington, D.C., L.A., Baltimore, and Orlando made that list. I lived in Orlando for 12 years.
Mickey Mouse lives there.
WAVY News 10 at 5:30 starts right now.